What's up, guys? We're back today. We got my 2024 Suzuki V-Strom 800DE, and actually just sent the ECU off, got it tuned, flashed for full exhaust, stage 2 intake, yada yada yada. Either way, the exhaust just came in for it. Got a Dominator HP6, I believe it is. I can't remember, to be honest with you, but it's our titanium line on the slip-on. It does have a removable baffle, silencer, whatever you want to call it, spark arrestor. All the header stuff is down in there. But I actually hopped on YouTube yesterday trying to figure out, you know, some step-by-step processes of how to remove the header. And I couldn't find nothing, so I figured I'd make one, go through the process of how I decided to do it or how I went about doing it. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. Either way, we're going to jump into it, start yanking this stuff off. Obviously, the skid plate got to go. I've heard the radiator got to go. I don't know for sure. We're gonna dive into it. I was actually plenty happy with the sound with this aftermarket slip-on that we made for it, but there is a lot of heat you get on your right leg from where the cat is, and I'm hoping with this new setup that'll reduce or eliminate a lot of that heat you get on your right leg. We'll see. Regardless, let's jump into it. See how hard it is to put a full exhaust on your V-Strom 800DE. Looking like this is probably gonna be a multi-day process for me right now. I'm at my house. I do not have the tools that I would typically have that I have at the shop, and I don't really want to run there to get them, so I'm just going to wait till tomorrow, grab them, yada yada yada. Either way, it's looking like the radiator is definitely going to have to come off, out, or pivot out. This lower cradle also looks like it's going to have to come out, which bolts here, y'all can see that, and back here. Unfortunately, I have crash bars, so these also got to come off, or at least unbolted, and see if I can snake this thing down and out, because there's no way this header being all one piece is going to be able to swoop forward, down, and out without removing that and the radiator. It is what it is, but I'm not equipped, and this thing's one good twist away from snapping in half. So we'll resume tomorrow. Oh, buddy. Well, as you can see, things have escalated. It's the next day. Went by the shop, got me some tools. Unfortunately, the radiator does have to, not necessarily come out, but you do have to disconnect the hoses from both sides and pivot this thing up and out of your way so you can get to them bolts on that. Another thing is this lower cradle. It did have to be unbolted. You have 6 bolts. I took the 2 lower ones out, believe they are 6mm Allens, and just cracked these up here loose, which allows me to pivot this. That should be plenty of room to get this off. Like I said, just 4 and 6mm Allens. I had a Phillips head screwdriver because I had to come in here and get these 6 Phillips head out of these blue things. Just be careful when you're pulling on a lot of this stuff, because you got tabs on this and tabs on the radiator that go inside of here. Just take your time. I'm out of breath. Now, I'd say this probably would be a little bit easier if you did take the plastics off. I'm just working around it. I don't want to. I got these crash bars and I don't want to deal with taking them off. So a little more in depth than I thought it would be. The Transalp and the Tenere, smooth sailing comparison to this. Just ain't that big a deal. It's just one more step that I really wasn't planning on. Regardless, enough talking. This should have netted me enough room to swing this radiator out of the way. You could do a little bit better job at catching your stuff and filtering it out if you want to reuse it, because obviously these bikes are new. I guess the next step's just to start unbolting them flanges on that. Already got the one out right here, and I'll still have this one up here I need to take off, but we're getting, I think, close. I don't know. All right, so don't be like me and wear boots and gym shorts, but other than that, make sure to take your O2 sensor off before you unbolt the header. Way smarter. Oh, buddy. That zip tie that holds this does need to come off. Damn, buddy. And that be that. So it's not that bad, other than having to drain your coolant. That's just an inconvenience in general, but whole thing come off in one piece. Like I said, you just got a bolt here, the one that holds up there, 6 millimeters for the flanges up there as well, Everything's a 4, and I just had to use or everything's a 6. Just had to use a 4 for some of the smaller plastics. Regardless, I guess it's time to bust open the box and piece this thing together, because I know it's not one piece like the factory stuff. All right, so I went ahead, got the Dominator box busted open. This is pretty much the contents of it. You've already seen the slip-on. Right here's gonna be where the 2 header pipes will merge into the catback. And I believe that you get some kind of fancy exhaust bracket that you'll bolt somewhere on there as well. I don't know, I'm not really seeing any instructions. And these 2 pipes do look somewhat different in terms of the bend. So I know it probably is side specific. All right guys, I've done this 2 or 3 times over, and I finally got it. Regardless, if you look in there, you can see the right pipe has way more of a bend to it. I've done it both ways. This way seems to be the best. It's honestly the only way that fits. Throw them both up there, figure out which one's got more of a kick, throw it on the right side, you know, whichever, depending on what side you're looking at it at. And, you know, get them not snug, but almost tight, and where they can still move back and forth. Grab your mid pipe here, and you're just gonna have to slide it, wiggle it, and play with both of them things, and just get it to where that bolt right there meets up with the bracket. Good to go. Went ahead and tightened the flange down. That's tight. So all we have now is the slip-on. Should be good after that, and then we can start reassembly. All right, before I started buttoning it all up, I went ahead and completed the exhaust. I know you have to unplug the O2, so I went ahead and done that, but I used it as the plug for the hole. Keep it looking stock. Anyways, pay attention to how this bracket is right here. Had to flip it. I put it on wrong the first time just because I wasn't paying attention. Either way, y'all should know how to do springs. Just put something in there, stretch it over. This thing do got the DB killer in it. It's looking pretty good. I'm happy with it so far. Fitment was actually great. It'd been nice to have instructions, but it's pretty self-explanatory. This should be done. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get the radiator, the plastics, crash bars, this, you know. So I got the bike all back together, and I forgot one very important step that I forgot to mention, is you do have to block off and or delete the pair valve system on these things. I believe, at least for my tune. So you got to come in here, pull the radiator back out, because it's all right up above all this. Let me wiggle this thing. Son of a... So if you look way up in there, them 2 valves right above the header flanges, the vacuum line's going to them. It's your pair valve system. Let me see if I can zoom for y'all. Way up in there, you got 2 hoses feeding it. The top one is your main one, and you can plug that off, or they make a kit that you can buy which will delete this. It saves you like 1.7 pounds. It's got some block off plates and some caps. Regardless, I ain't got that, don't want to spend the money. So I just shoved something in that upper vacuum hose. You can see where the clamp is slid back. I'm gonna throw a zip tie around what's in it. Hopefully that's good enough, and that should, in theory, delete, block off the pair valve system. Then we can throw this thing all back together. So I believe the bike's fully buttoned up. I got the radiator back on clamps. We still got to put fluid in it, but everything else is buttoned up. I actually slid the new DNA Stage 2 filter, whatever you want to call it, in there, because it is tuned for that. All that's out. Made a whole video on that. Super simple, super easy. Unfortunately, I did find the bike is basically totaled. Whole wheel's cracked. Being a little dramatic, but that sucks. Regardless, we're gonna go ahead and start it, see what it sounds like. Hopefully I did this whole pair valve stuff right. Do what you want to do, take whatever I say with caution, but I'm excited to hear what it sounds like. super responsive on the throttle now. You can tell it's nowhere near as delayed. I didn't really have a problem with it before, but man, you can really tell how crisp it is now. I can't wait to ride it. It's still got the dB killer in too, so this thing's gonna be loud when I take that out. Video's not gonna do it justice. That's sick. Other than the wheel being cracked, we just done a full exhaust, stage 2 intake, and a 2WDW tune. We done a tune on the Transalp, the Tenere, and this bike. We're gonna be doing a comparison of before and after acceleration tests, 0 to 60 through 1/8 mile, quarter mile, yada, yada, yada. Regardless, hopefully you like this video. Be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see some more. My new 300 two-stroke dirt bike. If you want to see anything on that, it's kind of sick. But I'm about to button this thing up and getting all my luggage and racks and get some cooling in it. It sounds good. I'm gonna go cry about this wheel, and until next time, peace.